Good morning. Stay facts. Stay facts. Believe only half of what you see and none of what you hear unless I said it. Because I stay facts. Peace and blessings, beautiful people. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed because the wrong side is the wrong place to be. We already know that. Today we're going to talk about the healing process. How to heal from a toxic situation. Whether you was the toxic one, or she was the toxic one, or he was the toxic one, or maybe both of y'all were just toxic as fuck and y'all wasn't meant for each other. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I would like to thank everybody from subscribing to the pages, everybody who joined the fan club, also everybody who like, share, comment on all the posts that I make, man. I really appreciate y'all. This past weekend, there's been a lot going on this past weekend in the community. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who like, share, comment any post that I make. I appreciate y'all 100%. You can believe that. All right, let's talk about this healing thing. Because off of experience, I realized that as a man, when we took out of our situation, whether we messed up or whether the woman messed up, when we get out of our situations, the first thing come to our mind is rebounding. Like, all right, me and her broke up, so I'm gonna give me 2 or 3 women. I'm gonna get 4 or 5 women. I'm just gonna be a dog. I'm just gonna do me. All right, and the same thing with women, I believe. I'm not sure. Yet and still, when you have friends that's round to root you on, yeah, girl, you don't need him. The first thing we always do is look for somebody else. And that's the first problem. And I believe, this is my facts, I believe the first problem that we have, good morning, everybody. I think the first problem that we have after a breakup is rebounding. That's number one. We always look for somebody else, more people to bring our bullshit to, right? I'm gonna say it like that because once we get out of a relationship and we jump straight in another relationship with somebody else, all we actually doing is bringing our problems from that relationship to the next relationship. And most of the time, the new person don't even deserve the shit that you bring to them. So it's already starting not to work out for you because the person that you bring that stuff into the new relationship, that person gonna look at you like, you know what, this person toxic, I don't need this, I could do better by myself and whatnot. So you end up in the same type of situation you left because you are still the same person that was in that last relationship. You have to give yourself time to heal. You have to give yourself time to be by yourself. If you notice, like let's think about like a Usher. They always say that Usher best songs be after his relationships, right? Because he be so far in his feelings. And that's the truth. Not only that he be so far in his feelings, as them superstars, they don't just, most of the time, they don't just jump right into another relationship, if you notice that. They be by themselves, they fall in love with their craft, they fall in love with the things that they like to do. You know, they start to learn themselves. And that's a healing process. And you know what they always say, good morning, everybody. You know what they always say, trust the process. So how do we trust that process? Number one is getting to know yourself. You need that alone time. After a long relationship, especially 2, 3, 4 year relationship that you've been in, ain't nobody in their right mind could say that they didn't love that person. They not missing that person presence in the bed, in the kitchen, you know, coming busting the bathroom while you're trying to do your deal in it. And then you got that one always come up in there and won't smell your shit. You know, we tend to miss that. For men, and let me jump here, for men like myself, I always find that every time I left out of a relationship, I always had to get my confidence back. Like I felt like for months, like I'd be scared to talk to women, not scared to talk, just scared to approach women because 9 times out of 10 it's just rejection. We don't like rejection as men. You know, when we see something we like and we say, love, let me holler at you, excuse me, man, but hey, beautiful, what's your name? You know, we like to, you know, get that playback. Yet and still, fresh out of a relationship, you have to be the toxic one to jump straight out of a relationship, go to the club and pop. You got to be, because I ain't gonna lie to you, after a long relationship, I always never have confidence. It always take me a while before I start to talk to other females, which is not a bad thing. The main part about it is being able to heal. It's like a scab. If you steady answering the phone, you know how it is when you get a little sore on your arm and your knee or something, and you steady peeling the scab off. You know what that is? That's that woman keep calling. That's that man keep calling who don't mean you no good. That's them keep calling and you keep answering the phone, so you peel the scab off again, right? The wound open up again. You answer the phone for that person that that person left you, or you left that person, or y'all had a big fallout, and 2 days later you answer the phone for that person. That's just peeling the scab off of the sore. You're not allowing the sore to heal. The sore got to heal first. That means no answering the phone, no answering back to text messages. Everything that was left at the house, leave that shit at the house. Don't even worry about it. All that material stuff, you always can get that material stuff again. And that's a fact. Believe that what you see, none of what you hear, unless I said it because I state facts. Thank you everybody who come through on the lives, who like and share and comment on all my posts. Don't forget my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @StayFactsG. Anyway, the healing process. This is the hard process. You can't eat the same. You don't look at the same TV. You can't listen to certain music, because you're missing that person. And listen, it's nothing wrong with missing that person. But if you know that person is bad for your health, if you know that person is not good for you, if that person not recharging your battery every time you get low and just draining your battery, if you know this already, then you have to move on. You can't keep peeling the scab off a wound because the soul will never heal. And again, that peeling the scab is you answering that phone for that toxic person. You allowing that person to come back over to your house. Y'all kick it because you need something, they need something. Look, that's what masturbation for. Excuse my chest. You feel what I'm saying? But you could go to war with yourself. Be one with yourself. Because you have to learn yourself again in order to present yourself to somebody else, right? Because if you go into your next relationship or your next friendship with that same bullshit that you just came out of that situation with, you're going to get the same results. And that's a fact. So number one, the first thing is you have to heal. You have to allow yourself time to heal. Also, you might get back with that person somewhere down the line, but you have to allow that person time to heal too. And what's your healing time? For me, I would say a year. A lot of people say 6 months is good time to heal. Kind of, sort of, but if you think you healed in 6 months and you're not out of a year relationship separated from the person you was with, and you get with somebody else, listen, within those 6 months that you thought you was, healing, within those 6 months, you about to bring the same problems that you was in that relationship with, or that person that you with attracted you because it's similar to the person that you just left, right? Yes. So you get in a relationship with this person because that person have some of the same traits and qualities that the person that you so love. And guess what? What's going to happen is you're going to end up getting the same results because that's just a mirror of the person that you just left. And Kanye said this best. I'm always good at finding what I don't like or something like that. And that's what we do. We go after the same type of women. We go after the same type of man. We go after the same type of woman that we just got out of. We never tried nothing new. For instance, racial-wise, you have Caucasians that believe that, oh, I'm just going to be with Caucasians because, my mom, my dad, they don't want me to be. And listen, every Caucasian that you was with, fuck you over. You never tried nothing new, and you're not going to try nothing new because it's not yours. It's with your mom and your dad. Same thing with African Americans. We might feel like, all right, I just like my queen, my black women, my black sisters. I ain't going to try them. But the whole time you 40 years old and all you dealt with was black queens, right? And all you got from them was bullshit. There's so many people in this world. You feel me? There are people that can heal you with your help, that can help you with your healing experience. There are people that can do that, right? But then you have to meet somebody whose healing process is solely on you. Giving yourself enough time away from people, places, and things that y'all was doing together. Giving yourself time away from that. Trying something new. Taking your vacation. Going to the nail shop. Going to the gym. Yeah, that's number one. Go to the gym and let off some of that steam in the gym. If you